What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Well, let's check out the corridor over here, on the far right of the Cypress lawn, columbarium / mausoleum. Section C and D. Lock myself in. I mean, look at this. Stunning stained glass. And again, it's mausoleum, full casket burials, and then cremated remains on this side. And I think this whole corridor here is also just the cremated remains as well. Yeah, it is. Very, very interesting. Very, very beautiful. Here's the glass. Mearns, Griffith, Ida, and Baby. Oh, that's sad. I love the engraving on these. It's just so awesome. That is a baby. Ugh. Wow, look at that one. Daniel Garfield McCarty. March 1882 to March 4th, 1882 to September 15th, 1919. Wasn't very old. Franny A. Parker, Ada D. Norton, I'm sorry. Man, this one's got a lot of debris in it. I think plaster's coming down, chipping in there. Alice Purdy, 1872 to 1926, and Ella Bacon, 1903 to 1984. And this one has 4 boxes in it. Not even the regular urns, it's just the urn boxes. Alex Hocamp Sr., 1869 to 1948. Fred, 1912 to 1920. There's a Teresa and a Worth, but I can't see the dates because they're below the metal here. Borsuk, Alma, 1894 to 1927, and Jack, 1885 to 1939. I've seen this urn in a bunch of different ones in this very area here. That must have been a very popular one back in the day too. It's hard to see. Alden Oliphant, I think. There's an Eleanor in there too. George Burton Land, May 14th, 1866 to June 24th, 1917. And there's a Bernora, 1870 to 1947, and a Benjamin, 1882 to 1943. Alice, 1896 to 1980, and there's the name of Wood there at the bottom, right there. Frank Wickham, 1855 to 1924, and Matilda Wickman, 1854 to 1934. Very interesting. This one's awesome. There's a lot of flowers here, but this one's awesome. Fred Sugar, 1854 to 1970, and Anna, I think 83 to 1921 on that one, but interesting. Jacob Knoll with a K, Jacob with a K. Interesting spelling. Look at this one. Earl B. Johnson, 1878 to 1923. Look at that. Beautiful. Wow, there's a bunch of different ones in here, kind of obstructed by the flowers, but there's a bunch of different ones in here. And we got closed ones here again, Kiefer and Levitt, I do believe. Very, very interesting. Ermina Cox, 1832 to 1915, and William, born March 30th, 1857, died September 8th, 1922. Harry Rice, 1890 to 1918. We got on this side we have the full casket burials. Looks like Kenneth Anderson and Addie Kratz, Estelle V. Hansen as well. They weren't really big on putting, at least in this section, really big on putting a lot of dates on stuff. A few of these have them, then some of them don't. Jane Roberts, 1852 to 1916. Last name is Return, 1841 to 1917. And look at these candle holders. These look like they've been there forever. Look at that. Look like we got a veteran right here. It's, whoa, wait a minute. There's nothing on this one, but there's flowers and a flag in the pot there. Maybe they never got it engraved. Maybe it's pre-need for somebody. Maybe it's somebody's they're still alive. But that flag looks pretty old. Miriam Westerman. What is this one? Eugene Calloway. It's got an interesting little box up here. I don't want to mess with it, but check it out. You know, Augur Anno Domini, February of 1915. Another old wicker chair, which is famous inside these sections here. I would love to know how far back the this wicker chair goes. It looks old. Looks like the cushion could have been replaced in years, but this looks old. I love this lettering. Swain is the name. Neva, 1871 to 1926. Winfred, 1904 to 2001. That was a pretty recent. And a Burton, 1913 to 1991. I'm trying to turn down my flashlight a little bit. I don't know, it's so bright. You guys can really make this out. I hope you can, because I'm not sure on the brightness how it's coming out. George Smith, Amelia Smith, 1916. Erickson, Stephanie M. Alber, and Harold E. Alber. Just has a date of 1916 on it. Elizabeth D. Cleo M. 1894 to 1960. Herbert, 1893 to 1964, and a Philip here, 1918 to 1987 on that one. We got more of the interesting glass fronts. Louis Frick. That's all that's in there. It just says Louis Frick. No dates, no nothing. Lola Richardson, 1876 to 1923, and Freeman Richardson. I think it's 1866 to 1931, it looks like. Very interesting. So what do you guys think? You love these columbariums? I dig them. There's just so much, a lot of these urns look the same, then you run into some unique ones too. It's kind of like it's a crapshoot, it's a gamble. You never know what you're gonna run into. This is like the one in the last video that was really dusty and you couldn't see a lot of that front plate right there. But we're looking at Patricia Willis, 1864 to 1947, and then a Walter J. Willis on the front plate on the step of this thing, 1905 to 1920. And don't forget, in another week or so, I'm gonna come back here at night for a night tour at Cypress Lawn. We're not gonna come in here, I don't think, but we're gonna be out in the main cemetery, walking around and finding out about people who are buried there that have a dark story behind them. That's according to what the tour description said. They're gonna focus on people who have a dark history behind them. Look at Harry Rice, 1890 to 1918. So much. Oh, look at this one down here. Was that even meant to be an urn? I'm not even sure. What was that? It almost looks like a planter of some kind. SM, died January 1st, 1927. Interesting. Wow. So Earl Johnson, 1878 to 1923, another interesting one that we've seen this before though. Let's go over and look at the next corridor. Nothing glass front here. Lieutenant Commander C. Wilson and Bohm. Let's see. Olive M. Albert W. Payne. And then Mo Davis, I guess, was a Freemason. It's a crack? No, it's just the marble here. Francesco MEI, 1890 to 1947. Interesting. Beautiful. Andrew Anna Moore, John A. Annabelle Gray. I love these three sections. They just have such unique stained glass. Interesting. Oh, another wicker chair. Beautiful, beautiful place, guys. Another Freemason Carl. Road Carl, 1894 to 1940. And then Anita is blank though, but it doesn't mean anything. Usually, sometimes they don't put them over here. And then there's a Hilda row right there. All right, guys. Well, we've finished the third and final corridor in this closed up section of the Cypress Lawn Mausoleum. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and click that bell icon. Therefore, you can be notified of all my future uploads, guys. You are the best. Thank you all so much for your continued support. And I enjoyed this. And to the people who requested me coming back to this, to visit the last 3 videos, thank you so much for your request. And I try to do my best to accommodate as many people as I can. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I will talk to you later.